How to strip wire. There are lots of different types of wire strippers. The key is to find what works for you, what's comfortable, and use what you actually may have and figure out how to make it work. There's no shame in trying a bunch of different ones and in choosing one that actually works better for you. Go ahead and try whatever you have available to try. You may also need some side cutters, and you're going to need plenty of scrap wire to practice with. Safety glasses are very important. Safety is your responsibility. You're going to need your eyes to watch the rest of these videos, so please put them on. You came here with 2 eyes, I want you to leave with 2 eyes. These are side cutters. Plain and simply, they're made for cutting wire. Watch what happens. When you cut the wire, watch that piece disappear. That piece will fly away from where you're cutting. That's why we're wearing safety glasses. There's other ways you can protect yourself and others, is try to grab the piece as you cut it, or you can simply put it down toward the table and cut it with your hand. Make sure your hand isn't in the way of the cutter. That doesn't feel very good if you get it caught. These are more traditional wire cutters. You can see that they've got the different gauges on there for where the wire is. We're usually using the smallest one with the wires we use. Pull hard and off comes the insulation. This is a pretty useful piece of equipment. This one is also works in the same way. There's a little nut and a screw that helps you adjust the size to the size wire. This works in the same way. You squeeze on the wire and pull the insulation off. Sometimes it's a hard pull, so that's what makes these a little more difficult to use. These are also kind of nice because once you strip the wire, if you need to do it again, these also have a cutter on them. Very nice for cutting wires and eliminates the use of the side cutters in this case. Other kinds of wire strippers. This is a compound automatic wire stripper. When you squeeze the trigger, it does everything at once. You can see how those jaws lower down, grab the wire insulation and pull it off once you have it adjusted correctly. You stick the wire in, you pull the handle, off comes the insulation. Pretty simple. The key to this one is making sure that you have it adjusted correctly, because these very easily will cut the wire instead of stripping the wire, and that gets frustrating. That's where you would turn that screw there to adjust how much pressure would be on the wire. This is another kind of compound automatic wire stripper. This is my favorite. I use this one a lot. This one has a jaw for clamping the wire, a jaw for cutting the wire insulation, and then it spreads apart and pulls the insulation off all in one squeeze of the handle. Squeeze the handle and off comes the insulation. You can see it closely here into the smallest groove. You'll squeeze down, pull the insulation right off. These are a little more expensive, but I really prefer using these. It makes the job quick and easy. I use these for most of my projects. You'll see those in the videos. Your wires are now stripped and ready to make the connection.